Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flick Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 360 of the Ping Pong Flick Show. Wow, how far we've come. But I want to start off with this little thing about Superman. And if you heard news about Henry Cavill, we'll get there in a bit. But this is something I want to talk about because it's not concerning the Superman films. But it is interesting, to say the least, that Brandon Routh is set to make his return as Superman. And you're like, what? What about Henry Cavill? Well, this is for the Arrowverse crossover on the CW. He's going to be coming back as Superman along with Tyler Hoechlin. I don't know if that's how you spell his name. The worst Superman I've ever heard of. But Brandon Routh is going to return as Superman for the Arrowverse crossover, which is titled Crisis on Infinite Earths. Why is this interesting? Well, he hasn't donned the suit since 2006. And fact check that real quick, hopefully. But 2006 Superman Returns. And I actually enjoyed his Superman version, even though he was being very much like Christopher Reeve in that movie, albeit a little bit more depressing version of Christopher Reeve's Superman. But he was pretty good, and I actually quite enjoyed that movie at that time. I've watched it multiple times because I thought that was the last Superman movie they'll ever make in my lifetime, so I better watch it in theaters now. Of course, that didn't happen, and we've got a much better version that came out, and which is Man of Steel. But Brandon Routh was supposed to have starred in many Superman sequels after that Superman Returns, so it's kind of cool and kind of touching to see him back in the role of Superman. But then, insiders, including like Humberto Gonzalez, had heard that he's actually returning as Superman, but Kingdom Come Superman, and I'm like, what? What? Now, if you've heard me for a while now, I've been begging, I've been urging, I can't wait to see Kingdom Come adaptation of Superman, whether it's a DC animated or a movie. But when they're doing it for the CW, that kind of sucks. Because the CW essentially is watered down stories of comic books that you know. The paradox, Flashpoint Paradox, is not the Flashpoint Paradox they see in the comic books. You know, the Crisis on Infinite Earths, it sounds amazing, but it's not going to be like anything epically amazing like in the comics. Because one, well, the main reason, budget. They don't have the budget to do something that amazing, but at least they got Brandon Routh coming as Superman. But how hard is that? He's already on the payroll because he plays Ray Palmer, the Atom, on the show, so it just kind of makes it easier. Now, if they brought in Tom Welling or Dean Cain, well, they kind of did do Dean Cain for a little bit, or something like that, Henry Cavill as Superman, then that'll be pretty cool. Multiple Batmans, multiple Supermans, you know, a little bit of something like the Crisis, or the actual Crisis on Infinite Earths, but or Infinite Crisis. But no, it's gonna be watered down, so I'm not totally excited. Although it's kind of cool to see him in the Kingdom Come suit, and when maybe he's gonna even have the white hair, the gray hair on the side. Who knows about that? But I'm not too excited because I know people are anticipating this. It's probably going to be like a 1 or 2, you know, not very long, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. I'd be really shocked, and I'd be pretty happy if he goes out like a bang, a whole episode. He's actually fighting. He's not getting kicked around like the Tyler Hoechlin Superman, which sucks, right? He really sucks as Superman. I don't even call him Superman. But hopefully Brandon Routh gets to kick some butt and is actually a strong Superman, someone to look up towards to, someone to be feared at least, you know, not the Tyler version. Then that'd be pretty amazing. But I'm not holding out hopes. I've been pretty disappointed in a lot of the CW stuff lately, and I don't really like to watch that too much. But in any case, I just wanted to bring that up because we're going to talk a little bit about Superman. Henry Cavill Superman. Did he announce, finally, did somebody ask him about Superman? Anything at all at the Witcher panel? Not really. Not really. But he, after the whole Witcher panel, I guess, I don't know if it was before or after, he had an interview with Entertainment Tonight, which I think there is a large clip out there, but there's a small little clip that I saw that wasn't really in the larger clip, and that is the expression that he gave when the interviewer was asking him, are you still Superman? He was talking about his physique, how he's Superman, and he's talking about how his physique is so big. And she just mentioned lately, seeing that you're still Superman, and he kind of nodded and smiled and went, mm-hmm.
It's crazy because you're also Superman. So
Now, from that clip, without any context, it does kind of sound like he's agreeing that he's Superman. Although a lot of people on the internet are also being pessimistic about it and saying that's because in the context they're talking about his physique. The people who are optimistic about it are saying he's definitely saying there that he's smiling. He's actually going meaning he is Superman, but he can't really talk about it right now. Where am I at? Well, of course I'm going to be optimistic about it. It says, yeah, he's totally saying I'm Superman. I just can't legally say it because I haven't been announced in the new Superman film. But who knows at this point if he's Superman or not? No one bothered giving him a straightforward question. Henry Cavill, are you still Superman? No one bothered to do that, and so we never got the answer. But with hints here and there, and it could be that his agents are saying, hey, you can't do that, man. Sorry, if you're going to ask any Superman questions, you're going to go through with us first. You cannot do that. He's legally obliged not to comment on anything like that, so we can't do that right now. We're in negotiation or something, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe that's the case. Why a big question like, are you still Superman, cannot be asked at this time. They shot it down beforehand. A lot of interviews are like that. The agents look over the question and says, hey, you can't ask that. You can ask that, but you got to ask it this way or something like that. And so maybe they tried to play it and kind of shocked him a little bit, saying, bringing up the Superman physique and things like that, just to kind of coerce him a little bit. But Henry Cavill took a pause, and he's he's like a politician. He answers it politically the right way, and he really is careful about his answers. And so one could kind of denote saying he wants to say it, but he cannot say it, and he's going to go around by saying it in a way that he doesn't have to answer a question like that. So I gotta give hands to him for being able to have a straight face and totally answer questions in an indirect manner, even though that question wasn't asked, but it was kind of implied by that lady at Entertainment Tonight. But then he still drops hints anyway, because on Instagram he posted this little picture, and I don't know, he's on the second floor or something. He's looking down. He has a line of people in the Comic-Con. Yes, there's Superman right there. No, that's not him. But he posted up a little, animated emoji of Superman-ish type of character and said, yes. What does that mean? What does that mean? And hopefully we'll know what that means by next year's San Diego Comic-Con, when they'll hopefully announce Superman. Because literally there is no Warner Brothers panel at this San Diego Comic-Con. There is nothing. Tomorrow's Hall H is going to be completely boring. I've already set up some dates to do something else already, so unfortunately, no, I'm not going to have a live podcast tomorrow. Check the schedule. There's really nothing to talk about tomorrow morning, so unfortunately for that, but I will still have tomorrow night's live chat with you folks. But yes, there is no DC or Warner Brothers in terms of movies and cinematics, cinema that I'd be pretty much interested in, and a lot of you would be pretty much interested at tomorrow's Hall H. Wondering how long that line or short that line is now. But like I said, when you take out the DC out of SDCC, you get SC, the Snyder Cut, and it's been kind of a crazy day in terms of Snyder Cut news. Fabian Wagner posted this on his Instagram feed. Another shot of the Justice League Snyder Cut behind the scenes, saying this: one of my favorite days on the JL set, shooting super high speed in typical Snyder fashion, falling snow, super slow-mo, added mini brutes along the top to get some nice highlights in shot. Of course, this scene was cut out of the Justice League, and it is in the Snyder Cut where we get to see Ray Fisher as Victor Stone getting that touchdown goal, looking up to see his mom, and that scene is gone. But hopefully we get it in the Snyder Cut. And speaking of more Snyder Cut, not in terms of the Snyder Cut itself, but people recognizing that the Release the Snyder Cut is going on at San Diego Comic-Con today. One of the reporters, Patrick Shanley, was actually at the site, looked up, saw the banner, the airplane with the Release the Snyder Cut banner flying over, and decided to kind of investigate on this. This is what he wrote that same day. Dedicated fans shelled out $1,170 for the stunt. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a hashtag Release the Snyder Cut in the sky. So read a sky banner flying high over San Diego Comic-Con on Friday morning. WB hashtag Release the Snyder Cut of Justice League, the ad read. Trailing behind a small plane that circled above the San Diego Comic-Con Convention Center. Long, a rallying cry for fans disappointed in the theatrical release of 2017's Justice League film. The so-called Snyder Cut is the wished-for extended cut of the film from director Zack Snyder. Justin J., owner of San Diego's Fly Science, tells The Hollywood Reporter that the banner was commissioned by a private citizen to fly over the convention center for 2 hours Friday. The rate for the ad was $1,170. Now, we all know it's not just one person. It is the Project Comic-Con team. So thank you very much for letting that happen. Since the debut of the film, which grossed a disappointing $657 million worldwide, the Snyder Cut refrain has only grown louder among a certain subset of DC Comics fans on social media. Snyder exited the project ahead of its November 2017 debut, with Avengers director Joss Whedon taking over helming duties. And then he posted some Twitter feed of his Twitter feed showing that he actually looked up and saw the Snyder Cut sign, decided to write about it, and that is the end of that. And this actually is coming from The Hollywood Reporter. Remember the trades that we were talking about, the main trades, that it would be quite amazing if they have actually talked about the Snyder Cut, actually put the Release the Snyder Cut in their headlines, and today it finally happened. Now it's in regards to the banner and not to the actual cut, but that's okay. We're making some headway, and this is a step in the right direction. And interesting enough, in that same, I don't think this article made in the magazine, but the THR, the Hollywood Reporter magazine, our ad finally showed up in one of the pages. The Release the Snyder Cut page right here. Ramesh De Silva's design, the Project Comic-Con's main design for the Release the Snyder Cut banner, is right inside the Hollywood Reporter magazine. Wow, amazing. That's amazing. And here's a short clip of Ken Pejoro, who actually sat down and opened up the magazine to that page. So ends Friday's San Diego Comic-Con day. Had seems like a great experience for the Project Comic-Con team. You see here pictures of the Nerd Queens with Jeff Purdy and everybody else. Even meeting Ray Porter the first day on Thursday, and also seeing the fans actually going to the bus wrap and taking pictures with the bus wrap, along with other verified people as well. I think it's a pretty good day. Hopefully they were able to pass out a lot of flyers and a lot of the brochures and get people more interested in the Release the Snyder Cut of Justice League. And just as a bonus, just as a real bonus, Geraldo Cortes and Chris Dawson made something very special for all of us, bringing that Hall 8 San Diego Comic-Con 2019 to our homes, like Chris Dawson is saying. This is in the link in the description below, is the newest black suit edition of Justice League, a new track, an absolutely original take on a track that is going to be in the Justice League Black Suit edition, all created by Geraldo Cortes, who is an incredible, talented musicianist. And so check that out, listen to that, and I just can't wait to see this movie. Just hearing this song, seeing what Chris Dawson has done with the movie, we're in for a real treat. This is a movie completely different from Justice League, the Snyder Cut. This is something else entirely. I mean, Chris making, my God, CGI Batmobiles, doing special effects on this and that. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. It's like one of my anticipated movies of this year, and it's not owned by Warner Brothers. So I am really looking forward to this incredibly original take on a fan film involving the Justice League, and I can't wait to see it transpire. But as one more thing, a fellow fan, Brad, actually got me something, and that's pretty cool. I just got this today, so I told him that when I get it, I'm gonna open it in front of the camera, and that's what my intention is. So I'm just gonna try to rip it open here. Hopefully this is not gonna pop up at me and it's like Pennywise. That would scare that kind of me. So well, I could always edit this out if this is something weird, but no. But Oh, okay, it's not something weird, but it's something pretty damn cool. Wow. It's a Mayfix number 56 Metacom toy Batman action figure. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Brad. I don't know if you want to tell them your last name, so I'm just going to keep it as Brad, as your Twitter name is Brad. But thank you so much for this. This is so awesome. Wow. Not many times I can actually get models and toys, but I really appreciate this one. This is definitely going to go up here in my man corner, if you will, or my nerd corner. I wouldn't call it a man corner. But this is incredible. Thank you so much, Brad. Thank you so much for this. Thank you for sending this my way. And I totally appreciate it. And that. Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. All right, guys. Well, that is it for tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I hope there's some maybe interesting things that happen at San Diego Comic-Con in terms of announcements and stuff, but I really don't think so. I think it's going to be a pretty dry year for San Diego Comic-Con Hall H, especially unless you're a Marvel fan. Then good for you. But other than that, that is probably it. All right, then I'll see you tomorrow night on live chat. We can discuss anything you want, and I'll see you there. All right, thank you so much for subscribing, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.